I recorded this video toward the start of this year. Forgot about it, had other projects to do, but I actually figured it's worth sharing, so here you are. What's up, my people? 2022? Whew! How was it? Was it a good year for you? Great questions, thank you for asking. Well, first of all, was it a good year? I think so, yeah. I think it was a great year. A lot of really good things happened last year, a lot of growth, a lot of good experiences, many things that I'm very grateful for. And so I figured it'd be nice to share some of these things with you. Some of the things that I've learned, some of the things that I will take with me and cherish forever. And yeah, I feel like it's nice to also reflect on a lot of the things that have happened. It's always very easy to just always constantly be moving forward, but it's nice to sort of look back over what has happened. And yeah, just because there's a lot of things, even just going back through some of the footage from last year, I've forgotten a lot of the things that have happened. So it's just cool to go back and appreciate sort of what has happened in the year. So some of the things that I was really happy to have worked on were a couple of different film clips and music videos. Toward the start of the year, my good friend Aurora, we worked on her song Cancer Moon and had that released, and also filmed and edited her music video, which was really exciting. And we played a gig together at the start of the year at Le Boîte, and that was a really nice experience. We did a couple other music videos later on in the year as well. My good friend Tyler, under TANGELO, filmed one of his videos, and then also my friend Carlos, toward the end of the year, we also did another one. And that was a lot of good fun. And I don't know, I just have to say that like I just live for those kind of experiences where just being engaged with just other friends and creative minds and just being fully immersed in this process. In particular, the one that we shot with Carlos, it was so just spontaneous, and we shot it off the back of doing this sort of podcast that we were possibly, we'll see, might release in the future. But it was something like 5 in the morning or something. We just sort of wrapped up everything and we're like, let's go and do this. And yeah, just went out and shot the thing. And I just remember like distinctly having these moments of just feeling like that feeling of just being out there, just working on something creatively.
Yeah, it looks good.
Expressing something that's, you know, I don't know, just creating art and allowing it to take form in the way that it does. Like, it's such a beautiful journey and process, and that's something that I really did take away from last year in particular. It was just more something that I suppose I've always known, but just reconfirming just how important that is and just how much I want to deeply just follow that just completely. So that was a huge takeaway. I just felt like that was so fun to work on. Just, yeah, it was really... I really want to do more things like that. And so music videos is something that is just fun. It's like a whole new sort of like visual element that's tied to it that I feel like is just such an open field to sort of explore beyond just like the sonic musical elements of what a song is comprised of. I think there's so much more that you can do to express such like unique feelings and emotions, and I think that's something really cool, and I'd love to like express and go deeper within perhaps this year. But with music, another like, yeah, I feel like I learned a lot with regards to like production, working with different friends. We played a gig toward the end of the year. I released a single, Souldiving, and we had brought a bunch of people together, and Carlos under Sharif did an amazing performance as well, and he supported, and yeah, it was a first experience for both of us. And it's something that I feel that we'll most likely be doing more of in this year. But I also there's just so much that I want to do, that I want to just take time with each and every one of the things that I want to do. And yeah, what I'm learning is that I'm still trying to figure out what it is that I resonate with most. And I'm trying all sorts of different things, and any expression and any creation I feel like is a good thing, and that feels exciting. But I think for the most part, as long as I'm doing that, then that feels so right, and it's just like I just want to follow that with all of my being. But yeah, just as long as I'm able to keep expressing things in whatever form, it always feels good. So that's something I really took away from last year. It felt like I'd allowed myself really permission to just do that as much as I could. And it feels like having done that allows even a further foundation for even in this year to like be able to do more of that in some way. Like it just feels that way. So I feel like that's a really good thing. But toward the end of last year in particular, my good friend Sashim's, he's got a social enterprise and recording studio / rehearsal space where artists will come in and be able to record and rehearse. And through that particular studio, QPAC has funded a program called Black Beats, where they have 3 artists are able to have their singles produced. And so I've been producing some of these singles, and that's been a really amazing process. So there's an artist, Alinta, who I've only just met, who is very lovely and very talented. RUDY, good friend, amazing singer, voice, songwriter. And Aurora, SOLCHLD. I mean, they're all extremely talented, and it's just, yeah, it's a blessing and an honor to be a part of this program and to, yeah, work alongside some very creative and talented minds. And we're on the tail end of this program, where the songs are almost completely done, and they'll be released very soon. And I'm sure once they are, then I'll be able to share them with everybody. But for the meantime, yeah, they're almost there. But that whole experience of just working within that studio and working with these artists has been it's been a very good experience to learn and absorb as much as I can with regards to the technical side of producing music with all sorts of equipment that is there, but then also just the interdynamics of like working with different artists and what different people bring to the table, and collaborating in that sense I think is always a very like powerful and useful thing to grow as an artist and as a producer. And I think that's something that I feel is incredibly valuable. So that's been really good, and very grateful to be offered that position as well. But yeah, moving into this year, what can I say? Yeah, I've been releasing a few instrumentals just because they're there, and I've just been getting back into a different sort of mode of, there's all sorts of different genres that I've been exploring sort of recently, but the most recent one is kind of getting back to some of my roots, which is like a bit more like instrumental hip hop sort of stuff. And it's been fun sort of just working on some instrumentals just recently, and just been like consistently week to week releasing them on SoundCloud. And I would like to put them out on Spotify in a little bit, but for now, that's where they are. And I'll leave links down the bottom if anyone's interested to listen. But yeah, that's been a lot of fun. And also, I think what else is coming up on the back after I'm finished with this job is that I really would love to do some travel. I can just feel this calling to just be out, and I just can't wait to do that. So I guess that'll be coming very shortly. But more than anything, what I've kind of realized is that so long as I'm making steps towards just, no matter where I end up being, I think what feels most right is just making consistent, concerted efforts to move towards those goals. It's like, it's almost a cliche thing, but I actually just truly feel like it's like not even the destination, it's like the process. It's the moving towards those goals. And I feel like that's something I've just taken away from last year in particular, because it's like the moments where just even committing to things or just acting upon that, you know, like playing a live show, for example, like even just setting a goal, regardless of whether that happens or doesn't, just genuinely trying to sort of actively go towards something. Like the moment that process sort of kicks over and starts, I feel like it's like that's when, at least for me personally, like I would just, everything would just seem to align and I'd feel better, and it just improves so many different things, aspects of my personal life and emotional health. And I just realized how intrinsically linked they all seem to be. And I was like, wow, that's actually like huge. So I feel like I want to say that out loud because, one, to solidify that for myself moving forward into this year, but then also if that, for whoever listening, that can kind of, if that does resonate with you, or there's things that you want to pursue or have been sort of on the fence about, like maybe I'd like to do this at some point, I just, if I can be any source of like encouragement, I would just say to just go hard, just try, just give it a go. Like, I mean, there's no real harm in just sort of truly going after something. And so, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I want to live by that sort of mantra and go into this year giving everything that I can towards just like constantly improving and expressing myself. And I feel like there's so much there that wants to kind of be put into all sorts of different forms that when I actually take the time to like make a video like this, it's almost like there's so much that's been contained that I can just perhaps talk for however long. There's still so much that wants to come out. So I think in future it'd be cool to make sort of more specific and precise, you know, videos or expressions that sort of better do service to an individual thought rather than just like an overview. Hey, this is what's been happening, this is where we're going. But for now, that's where I'm at. And yeah, it's cool. It's a fun journey, and I'm very happy to be on it. And I just feel very content and blessed and excited for what's to come. I think I've realized that I don't have to do anything necessarily to prove anything to anybody. Only just that it feels fun and fulfilling to live up to what our potential is. And I think it's a fine line sometimes, but I feel like that's the balance that I'm constantly trying to readjust and work out why I'm doing things and where that comes from. But ultimately, just want to be of as much service as I can to the world. I mean, that's a big thing to say, but yeah, truly, like that's where it kind of comes from. It's like I just want to, in order to be able to do that, I think it makes sense that we have to be able to truly embody what it is that our calling and gifts are, and to utilize all of those things, put them all together and express that in a way where we're not holding back. And by doing so, I feel like, yeah, like that will only bring about good things. And then by the same token, by extension of that, hopefully it would be as inspiring to others as it has been to me when I look up to people who are just truly on their path. And that's all I could ever hope to achieve in this lifetime. And I think that's what all this is about. So they're my thoughts for now. I don't want to make this too long, but that's where I'm at. I feel really good. I feel happy and blessed to be on this journey. And for those who are watching and want to be a part of it too, then I appreciate you. You guys are the real MVPs. Let's be real. But yeah, so yeah, that's all that's happening. I want to be sharing as much as I can with everybody with where we're going. So thank you for your support as always. And yeah, there'll be some exciting things coming soon. So stay tuned. Be well, be blessed, and I love you guys. And I love you guys so much. So yeah, take care of yourselves. Peace. What do you reckon?